This lesson is about how to make a Google form. So Google Forms are used to gather information and data from people. So you make a form and you can email it out to people and see how they would fill it out, okay? So what we're going to do is we have to go up here to New. Actually, wait a minute. We have to go into our proper folder. So our Computer 7 folder. Then we go up here in our drive to New and More, and Google Forms is purple. So right here is Google Forms. Now we're going to name this Form 1 and we're going to hit enter. Now notice when I put Form 1 up here and I click down here, it automatically changes that to the title heading, okay? So here's what our title is going to be for this one. This is a practice one for us, okay? So we are going to do all about food, right? Perfect. So right here we're gonna title this all about food. Now right here underneath is called a form description. So we have a form description right here. So I'm gonna put in here, and you guys are gonna do this too. Please tell me. Actually, please answer the following questions about the school lunch program. So if you have to hit pause the video so you can type all that, do that now. Please answer the following questions about the school lunch program, okay? So here's what we do now, alright? We have what's called an untitled question right here. So we're going to click right here, and you notice how once I click on it, a few more things come up right here. So I'm going to explain all of them to you in just a little bit, okay? So the first question we're gonna write down is, what is your favorite lunch meal? With a question mark, because we're asking a question. That's how you do this, all right? And if you want to number questions, you can click in front and do a 1, period, and a space. So you have click question number 1. You don't have to number questions though, but just so you know. Okay, over here on the right we have what's called your choice of a question. So multiple choice would mean there'd be, anywhere from 2 to 8 answers for you, somewhere in that range, and you'd have to choose one, because there's only one right answer. You could do a short answer or a paragraph. Okay, so what that means is the person could type in there, I really like the pizza meal with the fries on the side. Okay, that's a possibility. A short answer means like 1 to 2 words only. Alright. Check boxes means you could have several answers. So people maybe put pizza here, and then they put fish sticks, and then something else, and people chose pizza and fish sticks for their answers. That means they could have several answers. Okay. A drop-down box is just a different style of question. I'll show you that too. A linear scale, you can rate something 1 to 10. Okay, so I'll show you guys some of these options for you, alright? Alright, so what is your favorite lunch meal? We're going to make this our paragraph question. So when people answer the question, they can type, all about the meal they like, alright? Now down here, you can choose to duplicate a question, you can choose to delete a question, you can make it required. So we're going to make this one required, alright? So that's required. Now here's how you can also add another. You don't have to duplicate a question to add another one. You can just simply go up here to the plus sign. So you got add a question, you got add title and description, you can add an image, you can add a video to your question, you can add a section. So let's do this, and let's write another question here, okay? So we have, what is your favorite lunch meal? Let's add another question like, out of these choices, comma, which would you rather eat for lunch? Question mark. Because it's a question, okay? So we're going to make this multiple choice because there's only going to be one answer they can choose from, okay? One answer. So now we're going to click down here in option 1, okay? And we're going to choose, we can write in here steak. Now I'm going to hit the enter key on the keyboard, and that gives me a second option. We could put chicken. Could do fish sticks. Okay, and I'm hitting enter after every choice, so that gives me more choices, okay? So out of these choices, which would you rather eat for lunch? Steak, chicken, fish sticks, okay? Think of something else, a fourth one. Pizza. You could do a fifth one, tacos, alright? So there. Now, we've got these 5 answers here, so that's pretty good. Let's make this a required question too. So now we have one long answer paragraph, one multiple choice. Let's try duplicating a question now. So here's that same question again. This time, we're going to do check boxes. And we'll leave the same choices, steak, chicken, fish sticks, pizza, and tacos, so that way people can select more than one. Let's change the question a little bit. Let's go, we'll get rid of the out of these, and I'll capitalize the W, and I'll put which food would you like to eat for lunch? So somebody answering this question could pick all 5 of these if they wanted to, okay? Or they could just pick steak and fish sticks, that's it. Now this thing here, this add other option, alright? So let's go up here to the eyeball and we'll preview what these questions look like. So here's what they look like. That add other option, it gets rid of it, okay? Now I clicked on the preview, so notice another tab opened. So we got to get rid of this. So we're back out of the preview. Here's what happens if we did an add other. If we click on add other, somebody can type in here now for their question. They can type something different than these 5. They can check this box and type something else, like maybe spaghetti, okay? Okay, so we have a paragraph question. We have out of these choices, would you rather eat lunch? We have a check boxes, so multiple choice check boxes. Now let's create a new question and let's do a short answer. So a short answer is something like, what is your first name? Okay, so that's a short answer and I'm going to require that. But it would kind of make sense to ask them their name for the first question. So what do I got to do to reorder these questions? So what I would do here is you see these little squares here, or these little dots? I'm going to click and hold down on my mouse and I can just drag it up to the top, okay? I'll just keep dragging it up. See, if I wanted to put it right here I could, but I'm going to drag it up to the top, alright? So what is your first name is now first. Then the long paragraph, what is your favorite lunch meal? The multiple choice. The different options where you can choose a few different options. Okay. Now let's do another question. Let's add another one. Now notice what happened when I hit add another one. Because this was clicked up here, it added the question directly under, and I don't want it there. So I'm going to delete this one. Okay, and I'm going to go down here and I'm going to click here, and now I can do the plus sign. Alright, now it adds it to the bottom here. So I'm going to show you guys what a drop down looks like. Okay, so I'm going to put select your favorite side item. So side items, okay? I'm going to show you guys what a side items are. So down here we got to do our options first. So option 1 could be like a salad, French fries. Those are side items, not the main meal, but something that goes along. Maybe mixed vegetables. Let's see, did I spell it right? Nope, I didn't, because there's a red line under it. So I can right click on it and there's how you spell vegetables properly. Okay, so spell stuff properly. The computer helps you. Okay. So salad, French fries, mixed vegetables, other sides they have. Let's see, what else do they have? Green beans. Okay, so let's go with those 4. All right, now I'm going to require this question again. I'm going to make sure all my questions are required. You see when you require a question, there's a red asterisk right there that tells the person taking it they have to require it. They have to complete the question. So I'm going to hit the preview button again. I'm going to look at it. Required, 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 good, required. So here is what a drop-down looks like. You can click on this and you choose one of them this way. Alright, so it's kind of cool. Alright, same thing. I'm going to X out of the preview screen. Now let's do one more question. Okay, so I'm going to do the plus sign right here. I got this question selected, so I'm going to do the plus sign. Okay, so now my question adds to the back. Alright. Please rate the school lunch for taste. Okay, please rate it. Linear scale. So what's a linear scale? Well, it's anything where you can rate it for a certain number, with, like, for example, 1 or 0 being the lowest, 5 or 10 being the highest. So I'm going to do 10 as the highest, and I'm going to do 0 as the absolute lowest. Then you got these labels down here, okay? So label 1 is going to be awful, and then label 10 is going to be outstanding. So it's just the best, you know, it's the best food ever, okay? And 0 is awful. I'm going to require it. Here's what this question is going to look like on the preview. So I scroll down. Okay, and then that way somebody can go and say, okay, I think the school lunch is a 6 out of 10. And then they submit it, okay? So that's our preview. So let's X out of that again. Alright, so we're back here to our Google form. Alright, so we've done a pretty good job creating our form here. But now let's add a little flair to it, alright? You see up here where it says color palette? We're going to click on that. Okay, and you can change the color up here, right? Alright, something new. Let's do even more. Let's go down here to the right, this bottom right corner. You see all these different pictures you can choose from here. Alright, you got work and school. So you can go through and look at all these different pictures. You got illustrations you can look at. They come up here. Alright, all these different designs. You got birthday. Here's food and dining, so that's kind of like, you see the food with the grill here. So if I select that, it's going to come up here in just a little bit, and you're going to be able to see this little bit of a fire flame flickering right here. Barely, you can barely see it, but it's there. Okay, so it gives it a theme. It's kind of fun for it, alright? In the settings, you can click on settings. What you can do is you can restrict this to just Malacca kids getting this survey. You can limit it to 1 response, so people taking the survey can only respond to it 1 time. Alright, if you want, people can edit it after they submit it so they can go back in and change their answers. Alright. You see how you can have it as a presentation up here? You can even make this a quiz. Okay, I can choose make a quiz, and it can grade it for students taking it. So I can give you guys a quiz this way, alright? And you guys, as 7th graders, are going to get a lot of these surveys coming out about school dances, so you're going to want to take them. And tomorrow I'll show you how we're going to make a survey, take a survey, and all that, okay? So you save it. Alright, same thing. If we wanted to add a video, we could do a video search about food. We could search for it. Alright, so here's 6 giant food recipes. We could select that and add it. Alright. So here's an untitled video down here at the bottom, so we could just label it video here and we could watch that. Alright. So when people get this presentation, they could watch it. So finish up with what you need to do, make it look kind of like this, you know, for the most part, and go ahead and turn it in.